Senate will come to order. Mr. Schauffele, please call the roll.
Senators Amabile, Baisley, Ball, Bridges, Bright,
Good to see you.
Carson, Catlin, Cutter, Danielson, Doherty,
Excused.
Exum, Frizzell, Gonzalez, Hendrickson, Judah, Kip, Kirkmeyer, Kolker, Lindstedt, Liston, Marchman, Mullica, Pelton B, Pelton R, Pelton R,
Excused.
Rich, Roberts,
Excused.
Rodriguez, Simpson, Snyder, Sullivan, Wallace, Weissman, Zamora Wilson, Roberts. Senate District 21 vacant. Mr. President.
Let's do this. The morning roll call is 32 present, 0 absent, 2 excused, 1 vacant. We have a quorum. Senator Baisley, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. President. I will. Members, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the journal, Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, everyone. I move that the Senate Journal of February 25th, 2026 be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. That was weak. Opposed, no. Somehow the ayes still have it, and that motion is adopted. Mr. Schauffele, please add Senator, I don't know, man. Please add Senator Pelton R to the roll. Senate Services.
Correctly printed, Senate Bill 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, and 131. Senate Joint Memorial 002, Senate Resolution 3. Senate Bill, correctly engrossed, Senate Bill 37, 53, and 84. Correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bill 46.
Committee reports.
Committee on Health and Human Services, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 110 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with the recommendation that it be placed in the consent calendar. Committee on Education, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 20 be amended as follows, and if so amended, be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Mr. President, the Committee on Education has had under consideration, has had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed in the consent calendar and confirmed. Member of the Board of Trustees for Fort Lewis College, effective January 1st, 2026, for a term expiring December 31st, 2029. Paul Major of Telluride, Colorado, reappointed. Mr. Member of the Board of Trustees for the University of Northern Colorado, effective January 1st, 2026, for a term expiring December 31st, 2029, Annette Martinez of Windsor, Colorado, reappointed. Committee on Judiciary, after consideration on the merits, committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 115 be amended as follows, and if so amended, be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Committee on Local Government and Housing, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 61 be amended as follows, and if so amended, be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with the recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. Committee on Local Government and Housing, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 24 be postponed indefinitely. Committee on Transportation and Energy, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 35 be amended as follows, and if so amended, be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Committee on Transportation and Energy, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 26 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 3 be amended as follows, and is so amended be referred to the Committee on Appropriations with favorable recommendation. Mr. President, the Committee on Transportation and Energy has had under consideration and had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed in the consent calendar and confirmed. Members of the Clean Fleet Enterprise, effective September 29, 2025, for terms expiring September 28, 2029. Will Allison of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a member with expertise in air pollution reduction, reappointed. John Taylor of Boulder, Colorado, to serve as a member with expertise in business or supply chain management, reappointed. Committee on Transportation and Energy has had under consideration and had a hearing on the following appointments and recommends that the appointments be placed in the consent calendar and confirmed. Member of the Clean Fleet Enterprise for a term expiring September 28, 2028. Olga Mijares of Commerce City, Colorado, to serve as an individual from disproportionately impacted community occasioned by the resignation of Jose Guardiola of Commerce City, Colorado, appointed.
Members, the next order of business is the election of the President Pro Tem. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I nominate Senator Kathy Kipp for President Pro Tem of the Senate for the second regular session of the 75th General Assembly.
Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I second the nomination.
Are there any other nominations? Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Kathy Kipp be elected President Pro Tem of the Senate for the second regular session of the 75th General Assembly.
Would you also like to move the nomination?
Oh, I move that Kathy Kipp be elected. Oh, wait. Thank you, Mr. President. I move the nomination.
Oh, man, you've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That motion is adopted, and nominations for President Pro Tem are now closed. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now, I move that Kathy Kipp be elected President Pro Tem of the Senate for the second regular session of the 75th General Assembly.
The motion before the body is the election of Senator Kipp for President Pro Tem of the Senate for the second regular session of the 75th General Assembly. Are there any no votes? Senators, Mr. Minority Leader Frizzell, Zamora Wilson, Rich, Pelton B., Bright, Kirkmeyer, Carson, Pelton R., Catlin, Liston, Baisley. With a vote of 21 ayes, 12 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, and 1 vacant, that motion passes. Senator Kathy Kipp is hereby elected as President Pro Tem of the Colorado State Senate for the second regular session of the 75th General Assembly. Members, join me in congratulating Madam President Pro Tem. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate proceed out of order for a resolution.
The motion, albeit misunderstood, is to proceed out of order for the consideration of resolutions. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. What? The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We'll proceed out of order. Consideration of resolutions. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of SJR 013.
Senate Joint Resolution 013 by Senator Simpson and Representative Stewart K. concerning the recognition of Youth Mental Health Action Day.
Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move resolution SJR 26013 and ask that it be read at length.
Mr. Schaffler, please read SJR 013 at length.
Whereas the youth of Colorado are calling upon Colorado's elected officials to prioritize policies that support youth mental health and well-being, and whereas Colorado is facing a youth mental health crisis, which has long-term ripple effects on our state's education, public safety, carceral, and economic systems, and whereas Colorado ranks 41st in the nation for youth mental health per the nonprofit Mental Health America, And whereas pediatric professionals who support youth found in the 2023 Healthy Kids Colorado survey that about 1 in 4 Colorado high school students reported feeling consistently sad or hopeless. And whereas despite the Department of Public Health and Environment's Office of Suicide Prevention finding decreases in Colorado youth seriously considering suicide and planning suicide attempts in recent years, our state still sees disproportionately higher rates of suicide compared to the rest of the country, with suicide being a leading cause of death among Colorado children under 18. And whereas data from the National Library of Medicine shows that between 10% and 16% of young children ages 2 to 8 have a diagnosed mental, behavioral, or developmental disorder, and whereas more than 1 in 5 middle school students reported poor mental health in the 2023 Healthy Kids Colorado survey, and whereas children and youth face stigmas related to mental health needs that may prevent them from seeking the support and services they need, and whereas the research from the Colorado School of Public Health found that early identification and treatment of mental health needs improve outcomes for children and families and reduces long-term societal costs, and whereas the state health professional shortage areas map shows that continued focus is critical to fully integrate primary and mental health care, as many communities still lack sufficient services to ensure that children and youth receive the right care at the right time. And whereas sustained initiatives are needed to expand the continuum of care from early preventative support to high acuity care for Colorado children and youth with complex mental health needs. And whereas pediatric healthcare providers play a vital role in identifying, supporting, and treating the mental health needs of children and youth across Colorado. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the 75th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the House of Representatives concurring herein. 1, that the General Assembly commits to promoting child and youth well-being in Colorado through cost-effective investments that maintain a functional mental health system capable of addressing the unique needs of children. 2, that the General Assembly supports continued efforts to strengthen coordination, efficiency, and accessibility within the children's mental health system. 3, that the General Assembly continues to partner with mental health providers and professionals, state agencies, local partners, community organizations, and Colorado children, youth, and families to prioritize the mental health needs in our state. And 4, the General Assembly recognizes February 26, 2026 as Youth Mental Health Action Day, where we honor the tireless efforts of pediatric healthcare providers and commit to collaboratively supporting Colorado kids' mental health and well-being.
Discussion, Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, please be seated. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to sponsor this joint resolution, and a few thoughts come to mind. When I got elected in 2020, I represented most of southeast Colorado, and probably knew this in my heart, but didn't know it factually about how pervasive suicides were, and was exposed to data that represented in rural parts of the state in particular, suicide rates and death by overdose rates and families impacted by opioid. The rates were just significantly higher in rural parts of the state, and it started me down this path of advocating more and more for behavioral health, and in this instance, particularly for youth mental health. And I'm sure, like many of you, have been touched personally over the last 5 years with acquaintances of mine that have lost children, teenagers, to suicide. Like, we need to do better in this space, and the resolution is just an affirmation of that recognition of the need for us to improve in that space. I wanted to highlight one other little anecdotal tidbit. Last fall, I was asked to serve as on a group, something called the Family Impact Seminar that the University of Denver is sponsoring. They sent out a list of topics that we all got to choose what we wanted to focus on in this family impact seminar. So the list included workforce development for older adults, housing and workforce interactions, public benefit programs, tax credits to improve affordability for Coloradans, youth access to mental and behavioral health care, energy affordability, and economic impact. So we were asked to find one of these that we wanted to focus on. And I guess maybe not surprisingly, but by an overwhelming margin, youth access to mental and behavioral health care rose to the top. So I'm happy to work on that family impact seminar in that space. I would also like to take just this moment to recognize some guests on the floor today from to recognize Youth Mental Health Day. If y'all don't mind rising and apologize for the names, they're pretty challenging for me. On the floor with us today are Swirali Damal, Admiral Haman Hassan, Ariana Montoya, Sophia Ritchie, Siddharth Dada, Eliana Hedelman, Akasha Mandapati, Amy Shea, and Stephanie DeHus Ayla, who is their adult supervisor. So thank you all and welcome them to the Senate floor today.
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Good
Yeah.
pronunciation. You're giving
My
Mr.
apologies.
Schaffler, our reader, a run for his money. Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of SJR 013. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, and 1 vacant, SJR 013 is adopted. Co-sponsors, Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the current roll call be added as co-sponsors.
Seeing no objection, the current roll call will be added as co-sponsors. Thank you very much, Mr. Minority Leader. Third reading of bills. Final passage. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title to SB 2637.
Senate Bill 37 by Senators Rich and Roberts and Representatives Soper and Espinoza concerning allowing local elected judicial officers to set weekend bonds.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 37 on third reading and final passage and ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 37. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, 1 vacant, Senate Bill 37 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Kipp, Cutter, Wallace, Judah, Kirkmeyer, Gonzalez, Frizzell, Snyder, Weissman, Henriksen, Lindstadt, Bridges, Exum, Mullica, Bright, Catlin. Please add the president. Mr. Schaffler, please read the title of Senate Bill 84.
Senate Bill 84 by Senators Weissman and Frizzell and Representative Brooks and Wilford concerning the preservation of privileges for certain state entities in connection with information made available to the Office of the State Auditor in the performance of its statutory prescribed duties related to the state's fraud hotline.
Senator Frizzell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 26084 on third reading and final passage and encourage an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 84. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, and 1 vacant, Senate Bill 84 is passed. Co-sponsors, Senators Judah, why not please add the president? Can't let you go out like that with one. Mr. Minority Leader. Majority Leader. Why do I keep doing that to you?
My skin, my name.
Don't you say that.
Thank you, President.
Very good.
I move to lay over
Touche.
Senate Bill 53 until Friday, February 27th.
The motion is to lay over Senate Bill 53 until Friday, February 27th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 53 will be laid over until Friday, February 27th. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate proceed out of order for a moment of personal privilege.
The motion is to proceed out of order for moments of personal privilege. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Will proceed out of order for moments of personal privilege. Senator Kirkmeyer.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning.
Good morning.
May I have a moment of personal privilege?
Granted.
Thank you. Members, it is my honor today. I have some guests in the room with me and with all of us from the Colorado Speech Language Hearing Association. If they wouldn't mind standing, please. These are professional association of speech language pathologists and audiologists who specialize in the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of communication, swallowing, and hearing disorders. They're having their day at the Capitol today. These folks, for those of you who don't know, these folks hold a special place in my heart and for my family. My grandson has apraxia, and without them and without these speech pathologists, and normally I would be doing this with Senator Buckner, who was a speech pathologist, but without these folks, my grandson, when he was 3 years of age, and it was during COVID, would have been a very unhappy, very frustrated young child, and that would have continued on. But because of speech pathologists coming into our lives, he is now a very happy 9-year-old that knows how to express himself and communicate, and it is because of the work of the speech pathologists in his life, and they have made a difference, not just for my grandson, but for several children and other people in the state of Colorado. And for that, my family is truly grateful for everything that you do, and I'm so happy to have you here today. And the folks that are here with us today from this association are Jill Hawks, Tiffany Barker, Will Thompson, Mina Combs, and Cher Heller. Please welcome them to the floor. Thank you.
Very good. Welcome to the Senate. Senator Mullica.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, today is the Colorado Nurses Association Day at the Capitol. We do have some nurses back here in the corner if they want to stand up for me. We'd like to recognize the Colorado Nurses Day at the Capitol and to honor the thousands of nurses who serve our communities across this great state. They are often the first to see a patient and the last to leave the bedside. Nurses are caregivers, advocates, educators, and leaders who make critical decisions every day under pressure. More than 100,000 nurses serve across Colorado, and our healthcare system simply would not function without them. To the nurses with us today and to those caring for patients across our state, thank you for your skill, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to Colorado families. Please join me in recognizing Colorado Nurses Day at the Capitol and expressing our sincere gratitude for nurses statewide. And members, you have mugs at your table, and so let's welcome these nurses, and if you see nurses out in the hallway, make sure that we're saying hi. Welcome to the Capitol.
Welcome. Welcome to the Senate. Seeing no further moments of personal privilege, general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar. The good senator from Denver who is speaking in the back of the well to the other good senator from Boulder, come on up. General orders. Second reading of bills. Consent calendar. Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. What? But that motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself in Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar, and Senator Ball will take the chair. My man. Get in there, dog. Welcome.
The committee will come to order. Court rule is relaxed. Will the clerk please read the titles to all the bills on the general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendar?
House Bill 1035 by Representative Soper and Woodrow and Senators Weissman and Frizzell concerning the enactment of the Colorado Revised Statutes 2025 as the positive and statutory law of the state of Colorado.
Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the passage of the bill on second reading of bills consent calendar, which is House Bill 1035, and there are no committee reports.
Is there any discussion? The motion before the body is the adoption of all the bills and the general orders, second reading of bills, consent calendars. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bills on the consent calendar are adopted. Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is for the committee to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. The committee will rise and report.
Very good. Senate will come to order. Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has had one bill under consideration. Will the clerk please read the report?
February 26, 2026. Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report has had under consideration the following attached bill, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1035, passed on second reading and ordered revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the adoption of the report.
The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, 1 vacant, Committee of the Whole report is adopted. House Bill 1035 passed on second reading, order revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. General orders, second reading of the bills. Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. It might be more no's, but the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself in Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders, second reading of bills, and Senator Ball will take the chair.
The committee will come to order, and the court rule is relaxed for everyone. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1064? Majority Leader Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that the Senate lay over Senate Bill 43 until Friday, February 27th. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the Senate proceed out of order to take up House Bill 1064.
The motion is to proceed out of order to take up House Bill 1064. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1064?
House Bill 1064 by Representatives Jackson and Ryden and Senator Amabile concerning modifications to the youthful offender system.
Senator Amabile.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move House Bill 1064. I don't think there's a committee report. Okay, I move House Bill 1064.
Thank you, Senator Amabile. To the bill.
I would like to offer an amendment.
There is an amendment at the desk.
No, don't move it.
This is L004. Will the clerk please read Amendment L004?
Amendment L004, amend, re-engross bill, page 27, line 12.
Senator
after
Amabile.
I move Amendment L004.
Is there any discussion?
Well, I'll tell you what's in it. So this is an amendment brought by the Department of Corrections, and it makes some clarifying amendment to the way that they do contracting. I ask for a yes vote.
Is there any discussion on Amendment L004? Seeing none, the motion is the adoption of Amendment L004. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the amendment is adopted. To the bill. Senator Amabile.
The bill is brought by the Interim Committee on the Treatment of Persons with Behavioral Health Disorders. There isn't any opposition. Department of Corrections has been part of the stakeholding process. It really just is making it clear and helping to facilitate youth with disabilities to also be able to participate in the programming at YOS. Ask for a yes vote.
Is there any further discussion of House Bill 1064? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of House Bill 1064. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the bill is adopted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to lay over the remainder of the calendar to Friday, February 27th, 2026.
The motion is to lay over the balance on the calendar to Friday,
February 27th,
February 27th,
2026.
2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. That motion is adopted. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is that the committee rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. That motion is adopted. The committee will rise and report. Yeah, go for it. Oops.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Ball.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee has heard one bill.
Mr. Schauffele, please read the report.
February 26, 2026, Mr. President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1064, as amended, passed on second reading in order to revised and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Senate Bill 43, Senate Bill 21, laid over until February 27, 2026, and retaining their place on the calendar.
Just to be clear, that was not Senator Ball, that was me. Senator Ball, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move adoption of the report.
The motion is the adoption of the committee of the whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, 1 vacant, the committee of the whole report is adopted. I would love a small piece of paper to read what the committee report says. This is perfect. Thank you very much. House Bill 1064 is amended, passed second reading, order revised, placed on calendar for third reading and final passage. Senate Bill 43, Senate Bill 21, laid over until 2/27/2026, retaining their place on the calendar. Consideration of governor's appointments. Mr. Schauffele, please read the appointments to the Institute of Cannabis Research Governing Board.
Members of the Institute of Cannabis Research Governing Board for a term expiring August 5th, 2027. Angela Bryan, PhD of Boulder, Colorado, to serve as a scientist from a relevant field, occasioned by the resignation of L. Cinnamon Bidwell of Boulder, Colorado, appointed for terms expiring August 5th, 2029. Chuck Smith of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a member associated with cannabis-related industries, appointed. Joanna Zeiger, a PhD of Boulder, Colorado, to serve as a scientist from a relevant field, reappointed. Sherrod Marchand Rogers of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a member associated with cannabis-related industries, reappointed.
Senator Colker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the appointment of Angela Bryan, Chuck Smith, Joanna Zeiger, and Sherrod Marchand Rogers to the Institute of Cannabis Research Governing Board.
Very good. Any discussion? Senator Colker.
No discussion.
No discussion. The motion is the appointment of the members of the Institute of Cannabis Research Governing Board. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 33 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, and 1 vacant, those appointments are confirmed. Announcements. Senator Danielson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks, colleagues. Just a quick announcement about the Business, Labor, and Technology Committee meeting on adjournment. We're going to take Senate Bill 91 off the calendar for now and postpone it for likely a couple of weeks, but I'll let you know when it's been re-calendared. Otherwise, the committee will go according to the agenda.
Very good. Thank you. Senator Exum.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Local Government Housing Committee this afternoon, 1:30, room 357. We will hear Senate Bill 80 with President Coleman and Minority Leader Simpson, and we will hear Senate Bill 38 with Senator Kipp, and we will hear Senate Bill 40 with Minority Leader Simpson and Senator Mobley. Thank you.
Great bill, the first one in particular. Not that I'm trying to persuade anyone. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Agriculture and Natural Resources Committee is meeting this afternoon at 1:30 in room 352. We will have confirmation hearings for members of the Colorado Tourism Office Board of Directors, and then we will hear Senate Bill 65.
Very good. Further announcements. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move this. Colleagues, we'll just be reading some bills across the desk. There's no need to return. Mr. President, I move the Senate recess until 11:30 a.m. today.
For the motion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Senate will recess until 11:30 a.m. today.